Hey, hi kids. It's Mr. Larry. I got another story for you. We're back to the animals. Not only that, we're back to baby animals. Oh, baby birds, baby owl. Today's book is Baby Owl's Rescue. Oh, geez. I hope it turns out okay, baby owl. So, the author of this book is Jennifer Keats Curtis, and the illustrator, Laura Jacques. She made the pictures. Pretty nice pictures, I must say. Take a look, see what you think. Are you ready? Let's read. One warm April evening, Maddie grabbed a bat, a ball, and two mitts and ventured into the yard to practice catching pop-ups with her little brother Max. As they trotted toward the back fence, Maddie heard a funny noise. Clack, clack, clack. Was it the squirrel? Hmm? What was it? It sounded like fingernails tapping on a tabletop. Clack, clack, clack. There it was again. Maddie was sure it was coming from beneath the pine tree in the far corner of the yard. She flung down her mitt, put a finger to her lips, and shushed Max. See, there they are. That's what's happening. What do you think? Aha. I bet you knew that, didn't you? As she crept closer, she saw something gray and fuzzy. Were those feathers? Yes. Huge, bright yellow eyes peered up at her from inside a feathery, ruffled little ball. Maddie could see a sharp beak, furry feet, and big, long talons. You know talons? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Clack, 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 continued the baby owl, clapping its pointed bill quickly, warning Maddie to go away. Even though the baby owl was cute and cuddly, Maddie and Max knew that it was important not to treat a wild animal as a pet. Mm-mm. Fortunately for Maddie and Max, their mother was a wildlife rehabilitator trained to care for injured wild animals. Oh, maybe there are wildlife rehabilitators where you live. There are where I live, and we've had to ask them to help one time with a hawk. Yeah. Well, let's see what goes here. The children knew that a baby bird on the ground might not need human help. As a matter of fact, it most probably doesn't. Right. The baby bird, its parents were probably nearby. Wanting to do what was best for the baby owl, Maddie and Max ran to get their mother. As soon as their mother saw the yellow eyes, she knew what type of owl the children had found. She pointed to the feathery horns beginning to grow. It's a great horned owl, she whispered excitedly. She reminded her kids that they had heard a pair of great horned owls calling to each other after the new year. Great horned owls nest earlier than other birds, often laying their eggs as early as January, even with snow on the ground. Yeah, that might be happening here where I live right now. Yeah. Throughout the long, cold winter, the whole family had heard as parents softly called to each other. And then once the babies hatched, the parents became quiet. Good idea. They know. How old is he, Mom? Max whispered. I think he's a brancher. A brancher. There's a word for you. I think he's a brancher. He is just leaving the nest. Why is he on the ground? Asked Maddie. What should we do? Max asked worriedly. Their mother smiled and silently pointed up. Near the top of a very tall tree, the kids could just make out a nest of messy sticks. He was either blown out of his nest by those strong winds last night, or he fell as he was hopping from branch to branch. I think that's why they call him a brancher. Let's see if he is old enough to climb back into the nest himself. Ooh, look what they're doing. Be careful not to talk around the baby or touch him. If he has too much contact with humans, it will be too hard for him to live in the wild. As Maddie and Max quietly backed out of the bird's sight, their mother pulled on a pair of old, heavy brown gloves and gently placed the baby owl close to the base of the pine tree. She hoped he was old enough to use his big beak and his large feet to climb up the tree and then to flap and hop his way back into the nest. As his mother lifted the owl, Max realized how tiny the baby really was. He had puffed up his feathers to look bigger in an attempt to scare them away. I'm big. You big? Yeah. Maddie and Max had seen animals that might be enemies of a baby owl. Raccoons, foxes, and even a neighbor's dog. Oh, yeah. The safest place for this baby was back in his nest. For several minutes, the baby owl peered at the tree through bright yellow eyes. Then he looked back expectantly, as if he was thinking, and now what? He was clearly too small to scale the tree, to climb up the bark. Their mom would have to give him a hand. Oh, let's see how that goes. Grinning, she's happy. Grinning, their mother asked her children to make sure no other animals came near the baby owl as she ran into the house. A moment later, she returned with a laundry basket. She intended to make the baby a new nest. Ooh. Maddie and Max helped their mother fill the basket with small branches and kept an eye out for other animals, keep them away. Oh, looky here. Ha ha. Maddie and Max had seen their mother make a phone call, but they were surprised when two firefighters arrived in a shiny red and white cherry picker truck. Ha! As they and several neighbors watched, one of the firefighters put on a helmet and climbed into the cherry picker basket. Using her heavy gloves, their mother placed the owl in the basket nest and then handed it to the firefighter. He rose high in the air until he was several feet under the nest from which the baby had fallen. He carefully placed the basket in the crook of the tree and tied it just below the old nest. I'm feeling good about this. To help the owl parents find their baby's new nest, Maddie and Max's mother turned on a CD of owl baby noises. Wheat, 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 went the recording. Wheat, wheat, wheat. And it worked. As everyone watched, the mother owl soared overhead. The big bird landed on a branch. Ignoring her audience, the mother owl twisted her head and peered into the laundry basket. Oh, there they are looking at each other. Powerfully, the mother owl swooped off again in search of a mouse, a gopher, or a lizard to feed her hungry baby. Good luck, folks. The neighbors filed away one by one. However, Maddie, Max, their mother, and the firefighters wanted to see what would happen next. Just as the streetlights came on, Maddie spied the mother owl again. Thanks to the glow of the light on the light post, all could see a mouse tail hanging from her mouth. Max heaved a sigh of relief. The baby would eat. Game on, laughed one of the firefighters. Maddie grabbed her bat. Smiling, Max threw a pitch for his sister. Okay, here's some more pages. You know how we do this. Great horned owl, fun facts. Here's some things to think about. You betcha. And then adaptation, a matching activity. Oh, these are always fun too. I kind of like them. I think there's some more on the next page too. Let's see what we got there. Ooh, yeah. Sequencing activities, putting things in order, first things first, other things later, and last things last. Yeah, that's always fun. Keep trying to do that in my daily life, sometimes with success. Yeah. And last but not least, and this is so important, what to do if you find an injured bird. Yeah. Now, if you're lucky, maybe there's a wildlife rehabilitation specialist or a group of them in your neighborhood or in your town or around somewhere. Maybe they might come and give a talk for you. But here's important things to know. Yeah. By the way, my brother-in-law is a wildlife specialist, and he told me what to do when a bird flies into a window and lies on the ground. Have you ever seen that happen? That's so sad. But here is something you can do if that happens near you, at your house, for instance. Get a box, a small box, like a shoebox. Put something soft in the bottom and very carefully take the bird off the ground and put it into the box and close the lid. Put it someplace that's kind of warm, not too hot, and then just leave it alone. And if you hear the bird moving inside there, then wait a little bit and then take it outside and open the box and go away. When the bird is able, when it wakes up after having been knocked out by flying into the window, when it's ready, it will hop out of the box and get back to business as usual. If it doesn't wake up, well, that is so sad, but there are more birds coming. So that's what you can do if a bird flies into your window. Ask your folks about that, talk it over. And by the way, be very happy with all the birds in your neighborhood. Maybe you're hearing owls at night right now. Maybe, oh, and maybe you're watching the seasonal changes that'll bring other birds or that will send them south. Who knows? Anyway, keep your eyes open. Get out there in nature. Have a lot of fun. Work hard, play hard, study hard, and be really nice to everybody. Okay? Peace and love. Have fun. Bye bye.